they want Pilate to kill him. Pilate knows Jesus is an innocent man. He knows he should not be killed.
He wants to save us and win heaven for us. Still, he is afraid. Put your hand in his. Let him know you care. Please kneel. Let's put the Jesus in our hearts.
Dear Jesus, please make me brave so I can do what is right, even when it is hard to do. Don't let me be afraid to stand up for somebody when others are telling me about that person. Help me not to put luxury, success, popularity, or my own opinions above what is right. Please be seated.
Second station, Jesus takes up his cross. We adore your Christ and we praise you. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Look at the quiet way Jesus does what they tell him. He does not fight with the men who push him. He does not hate them and say rough words to them. If they had known he was dying for them, for all of us, they would have acted differently. So Jesus forgives them. He thinks only of how he loves them and us. Then he takes up his cross. But in his heart, he asks his heavenly Father to help him carry it bravely.
Step up close to Jesus. See what a hard time he has getting the cross onto his shoulder. It is clumsy and heavy. His shoulders are already sore because they have whipped him extensively. There are thorns around his head too. Sometimes the cross hits these thorns and they go into Jesus' head like sharp nails. Please kneel. Whisper in our hearts, Jesus, make me brave like you. Dear Jesus, when something is hard for me to do, help me remember how you took the cross without fussing about it. Help me to be good and kind to others, even when it is not easy. Help me to control the anger I have. Help me to take responsibility for both the good and the bad things that happen to me.
Behold, behold, the wood of the cross, on which is our salvation. Oh, come, let us adore.
Please be seated.
Third station, Jesus falls for the first time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Look at how Jesus is stumbling along, struggling just to stand. The cross is crushing his shoulder, and the sharp stones in the road cut his bare feet. All around him, people are shouting and pushing, and the Roman soldiers, who have been ordered to crucify him, want him to hurry. Jesus tries as hard as he can to move faster, but he stumbles and falls.
Step up close to Jesus. See him trying to get up. He wants to keep carrying his cross. Everybody around him is yelling and poking at him. But Jesus does not get angry. He offers all the burden to his heavenly Father for us, because he loves us. Then he pulls himself to his feet and walks forward. Imagine how you put your arms around him. Please kneel. Whisper in our hearts, Jesus, take his feet up and look.
Dear Jesus, if something hurts me today, remind me to offer my hurt to God. Do not only be mean to anybody who gets hurt or makes mistakes, or to anyone who is different from me. Help me to love others as you loved us. Please be seated.
God planned for Jesus, she wants Jesus to do it. They are both willing to do what God wants them to do because they know that what God wants is always good for us. Please kneel. Whisper in our hearts, Jesus, please help me to always do what is good.
Dear Jesus, when I have to be away from someone I love, help me offer my loving feelings to you. Help me to do what God wants me to do today. Help me respect those in authority. Help me to always do what is good and just. Please be seated. The fifth station, Simon helps Jesus carry his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Look at the man helping Jesus carry the cross. This is Simon of Cyrene. He was on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem for the Passover feast when he was stopped and told to help carry Jesus' cross. At first, Simon did not like having to help Jesus. He thinks, why must I help this man? Who is he that the crowd so hates him? He has these doubts and questions because Simon did not know Jesus. But later, when he found out who Jesus was, he was proud that he had helped to carry the cross. Step up close to Jesus. See how Simon was trying to get hold of the cross and carry it for Jesus. Simon was strong, but the cross is heavy. Jesus never tells us to do something we cannot do. Sometimes being hard things to do is that Jesus tells you to carry the cross, as he told Simon. Try to think then, Jesus is making you strong. Please kneel. Whisper in our hearts, Jesus is often proud by Simon and help you to the cross.
Dear Jesus, make me strong when I have to do something hard. When I don't like to do something, do not push it off on somebody else. I don't really want to be singled out, but one look at Simon shows me the importance of helping my brothers and sisters. Help me to willingly and joyfully help others. Please be seated. The sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Look at the woman standing before Jesus. We call her Veronica, a virtuous woman who sees love in this man's face. She has pushed her way through the crowd to get to Jesus. That was a great thing to do, with all those rough people around to scare her. She does not understand how they can look at his kind loving face and do these terrible things to him. But she does not think of them. She thinks only of how she wants to give Jesus a handkerchief to wipe his face. When Jesus gives it back to her, there is an image of his face in the handkerchief. It was Jesus' way of thanking her.
Step up close to Jesus. Think how men can be proud because Simon helped Jesus, but females can be proud because Veronica helped Jesus too. It does not matter who we are. What is important to God is what is in our hearts, and if our hearts are good and kind, that is the best and most important thing. Please kneel. Whisper in your hearts, Jesus, bring your face on my mind so I can learn how to be more and more like you.
Dear Jesus, let me be thankful to people who help me when I need help. Let me do kind things for other people, even if I don't get any reward. Jesus, you based your words and actions on the charity and on the greater good of others. Help me to be gracious and generous.
He tries, but again he falls down in the dirty street. Step up close to Jesus. Stoop down for he has fallen in the street. He is out of breath and very tired. It would help if he could just lie there again. But he gets up and tries to walk again. You were not there when all this happened. Remember what you do or say to Jesus now. Count as if you had been there. Please kneel. Whisper in your hearts. Whisper in your hearts. Jesus, thank you for showing me how to always get up and keep going.
Dear Jesus, when I try to do something and I mess it up, help me to start over again as you did. If somebody falls down or gets hurt, let me feel for them and help them if I can. Please do. The eighth station, Jesus meets the weeping woman. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Look at the women of Jerusalem, who are standing at the corner of the street where Jesus is passing. When Jesus draws near, they fall to their knees, sobbing and weeping for them. They are weeping because they have been touched by the immense love and compassion of Jesus. Jesus has never given them worldly gifts, but he offered his love, his mercy, his hope, and now his life. He tenderly reaches out to them. Even now his pain, he doesn't think of himself, but stops to comfort them. He tells them that he will feel better if he knows they will always be kind and gentle toward love of him, and if they will always teach their children to do the same. They are good women. They will do what Jesus asks.
Step up close to Jesus. Listen when he talks to these women. It is hard to behave well when you are sick or feeling bad. It takes much courage to be unselfish like that. But Jesus does not think of himself. He thinks only of being kind to these ladies. Please kneel. Whisper in our hearts, Jesus, help me to be thoughtful of others as we walk.
Dear Jesus, show me how I can help others and make them happy. Teach me to share what I have with others and not to always try to keep the best of everything just for myself. Help me to think beyond my possessions and to think about things that bring joy to others. Please be seated.
The ninth station, Jesus falls the third time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Look at Jesus now. He is walking slower and slower. He's been nearly beaten to death and had fallen twice already. The soldiers
are taken away. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Please be seated. Look at Jesus. He is outside the city of Jerusalem now, and standing on a hill called Calvary. The soldiers are going to crucify him here. One of them is pulling off Jesus' robe. The clothes are stained in Jesus' sore back, and as they remove his robe, the sores are once again torn open.
Step up close to Jesus. He stands there without his robes. He's getting ready for a fight. He's fighting against death and sin. He wants to win the fight and make it possible for all of us to have a life that lasts forever in heaven. We are on Jesus' side, and we want him to win. Please kneel. Whisper to him in our hearts, Jesus, I'm on your side.
Dear Jesus, keep me strong in the battles I will have to fight to be good and true to you.